Citizens speak out. Citizens, including leaders, continue to speak out and convince others to embrace peace, democracy, and freedom for all members of our global society, including those in Bahrain, France, Georgia, Libya, Morocco, Pakistan, Palestine, Syria, the US, and Yemen.
On Sunday, May 22nd, the United Kingdom's last 170 troops finished training endeavors in Iraq and began going home, concluding a military engagement that at one time saw 46,000 British soldiers stationed in the country. With the 2003 sending of troops to Iraq being widely protested by British citizens, some 179 soldiers lost their lives as the country's participation in the war cost taxpayers over £9 billion.
Representatives of Palestinian Hamas, Fatah, and Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine parties were welcomed in Moscow for a meeting on Monday with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who lauded the recent unity agreement signed on April 27th between Hamas and Fatah as an important step toward peace. After Yemeni President Ali Abdullah Saleh refused for a third time to sign an agreement that would help ease him out of office, the Gulf Cooperation Council announced the termination of their mediating efforts. Meanwhile, at least 2 more protesters were reported killed by Yemeni security forces on Sunday, one each in Sana'a and Taiz, with dozens more wounded.
In Georgia, minority parties united in protests for the 3rd consecutive day on Monday, calling for the resignation of President Mikhail Saakashvili, with minority party leader and former Speaker of Parliament Nino Burchinadze saying that the regime has become authoritarian and is failing to address the basic needs of the people. Nationwide demonstrations planned for Wednesday are intended to result in the president stepping down. The European Union on Monday spoke out more strongly against Syria's violent treatment of protesters by extending sanctions imposed on government officials to President Bashar al-Assad. Sanctions were also sharply expanded as over 100 new Iranian companies and people related to the country's nuclear program became subjected to travel restrictions and asset freezes in an effort to halt any activities that may be associated with nuclear proliferation. Also on Monday, the U.S. urged Colonel Muammar Gaddafi to step down and leave Libya.
Dozens of Moroccans defied a ban on demonstrations Sunday, stating that it is a legal right for them to assemble and express their opinion. However, many were then beaten and arrested by police.
As we mourn the loss of human lives, we also join in prayer for a ceasing of all violence, with freedom, dignity, and harmony that prevails as citizens everywhere choose the way of peace.